This person that did the stabbing had 72 prior arrests. That's a lot of arrests.
Prosecutors say he lit a woman on fire aboard a train. Meanwhile,
oh, so after 72 arrests, he lit somebody on fire.
there are growing questions about why he was back out on the streets despite a rap sheet reportedly going back to the early 90s. Mike Tobin is live.
Here, let me ask a question, right? Let's ask a question to the AI. How much, on average, does an arrest cost taxpayers in the U.S.? How much does it cost on average? Because you guys really need to understand the value of this and how much it costs. So we're going to look at the lowest number, okay? This is the lowest number. $2,000 is the absolute bottom. It never goes lower than that. So we'll look at 2,000. So 2,000 times 70, $140,000 has been spent at the absolute minimum around micromanaging this retard. And in my opinion, I think it's a lot more. The judge should be tried. Oh, I agree with this. See, like on principle alone, I would sue this judge as an accomplice. See, when we start having judges be sued as accomplices in criminal cases for criminals that they let off on bail or, they didn't convict them of something harsh, that's whenever I will know that we're back. See, that's the kind of stuff I want Trump to do. Like, I want Trump to instruct the, Department of Justice to make it a policy now that if a judge lets somebody off that has a bunch of arrests and this person commits another crime, then the judge is also criminally charged with that crime. He can't? Well, he can instruct the Department of Justice. You can do it in terms of an abstract. I know Trump can't just do this. But, like, if he wants to make that a goal, he should try to make that a goal. And so, yes, go for it. And I think this is the way it should work in Texas, too. This is the way it should work everywhere. Exactly. It sounds fair. It's by proxy. Exactly. And so, yeah, make it a bill. Yeah, Congress can. Yeah, you should make it a bill. And anybody who's against it wants to have you be terrorized by criminals. That's it. They want you to be terrorized by criminals. What should be the limit? 3? I mean, if you get arrested more than 3 times, you probably should go to prison. No normal person's getting arrested 3 times. Really? I mean, like, yeah. So fucking dumb, they would never let anyone go. Oh, no! They wouldn't? Oh, wow. Wait a minute. That's the point. Wait. Yeah, maybe 3 strikes is too harsh, but 72? What are we doing at this point? I think 3 strikes is reasonable. I think 3 times is too much. 1 to 2 times sounds better. Well, it depends on what it is. Yeah, don't commit the crime then, you idiot. Yeah, exactly. 3rd time should already be prison. I wonder how El Salvador does it. Yeah, I mean, these people should be happy that they're not being killed and harvested for their organs. 70 fucking arrests? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Like in any other third world country, they would have broken your head open with a rock to get the evil spirits out. You should be saying, thank God you're putting me in prison instead of cutting me in pieces. Yes. We are the reasonable ones. I'm the good guy. I'm the nice guy.
In the Windy City with more. Hi, Mike.
And Dana, Lawrence Reed will be once again before the judge today, this time to determine if he will be held behind bars before he goes to trial. And that really is the backbone of this case.
Now he's going to be behind bars. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, that's good. You should tweet about this, give it traction. I think Trump would actually do something about this. No. If you pass a motion, you mention a judge being accessory to crime, it will raise the amount of judges that ask more harshly on small things. That's my goal. I love how your argument against me is just expressing what my goal is. No, that's the intention. That's the goal. Why do you want to live in a world where you're being terrorized by criminals? Do you want your daughter, your mother, your grandmother, your father to live in a world where they're being terrorized by criminals? Of course not. You want pregnant women being terrorized by criminals? It's crazy. Asmon's been tweeting at Kash Patel to fix Reddit. Bro, he can't even fix Reddit. Yeah.
Monday, he was out walking the streets despite a pending case for allegedly knocking a woman out, able to ride the L train where a woman was set on fire.
So he had a case that he was going to he knocked somebody out. He had 70 arrests and they let him go. Yeah. And so I think the judge should be charged as an accomplice. Absolutely. I swear these people think the world is a Disney show. Well, a lot of people have this idea that we should treat criminals like people. I don't. Whenever you get arrested 70 times and you're lighting people on fire, you should be saying, thank you, God, that you're not being dissected for your organs. Okay? You should be saying, thank you. Thank you that that's not happening to me.
Now, we have a statement from her family through Cook County Health. It's a pretty simple statement. They say, we'd like to thank everyone for their prayers and well wishes as our daughter receives care for her injuries sustained earlier this week. We're also grateful for the excellent care and support of the burn team at Stroger Hospital.
So the woman survived? That's incredible. Good for the doctors, I guess. Yeah. I have 3 convictions. What do you think should happen to me? We probably should have gone to jail. That's what should have happened. And I guarantee you, if the punishment system that I had and that like I would want was in place, you probably wouldn't have had those convictions because you wouldn't have done it. The reason why people commit crime is because they know they can get away with it. That's it.
Goes on to the family to say the family will not be providing any more updates. Now, the criminal complaint against Reed says he went to a gas station, filled a plastic bottle with gasoline. The images get brutal here, so brace yourself. 20 minutes later, he was on the Blue Line train. Dumped the gasoline on the woman's head. She ran, but he chased her down with the flaming remnants of the bottle. And
this is, I mean, like, you listen to this story. This is like out of a horror story. It is. This is like a horror story thing that happened.
Set her on fire. Mayor Brandon Johnson's message is that
they should light him on fire as punishment. No, I think, he's a young guy. You can get some work out of him. Just mandatory labor in prison for the rest of his life. I think that's reasonable. That's fair.
On public transit is not widespread.
Yes.
Look, my responsibility is to build this.
Oh, look who it is. Of course it was this guy. Wow.
Safest, most affordable big city in America. The investments that we are making are certainly moving us in that direction. This is an isolated incident. I mean,
Well, it's not really isolated if there's 70 other times that it already happened, right? I mean, it doesn't really seem like it's very isolated to me.
See this as some sort of trend.
You don't see it as a trend? I do.
We've tracked down more than 4 dozen arrests of Lawrence Reed since 1993. 9 of them were for felonies, yet he is
9 felonies? Bro, this guy's just racking them up.
Just over 2 years behind bars. Most recently, he was charged with aggravated assault for knocking out a social worker. The state's attorney requested pretrial detention, but Judge Teresa Molina-Gonzalez denied him the request.
Charge her as an accessory for attempted murder. Put her in jail for, like, I don't know, maybe 10 years? Something like that. What do you guys think? That sound good? You got to see people like this. This is the real evil, in my opinion, are actually not even like this guy. And I know that might sound weird. Well, he's the one doing it. Yeah, but this guy's probably like an 80 IQ retard, meth head, piece of shit, moron with no impulse control. It's like you can't let, an animal in a house and then expect the animal not to trash the house. You put a bull in a china shop, it's going to mess everything up. It's not really the bull's fault. It's just what happens. But these people are the ones that are making the decisions and creating the ecosystem and allowing it to happen, that are supposed to be making decisions for their better judgment and for the betterment of everybody else, but they have decided to betray everyone in favor of their empathy. And whenever their empathy costs people their lives and it ruins people's lives, then I think there needs to be consequences for that. That is even worse than doing it. Because he's the cookie, she's the cookie factory. She allows it to happen. She manufactures people like him on a regular basis. These are the enemies right here. Not even the criminal. The criminal is just a retard. That's it. Who cares? Lock him up. That's it. It's done. But this is the person who has betrayed their position. That's what I think. Imagine if she's illegal, that like that teacher recently. That'd be quite the twist. I don't know. Do you think the family should be allowed to sue the Justice Department? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, why not? I mean, yeah, like why not? I don't see the reason that you shouldn't be able to. Absolutely. We should set the judge on fire? No, I don't think so. I think that, again, maybe in some cases it would be a good decision to do that, but I'm generally not a big advocate of public executions unless it's like a last resort. Like, I would save that for, like, politicians. Yeah, like people, like, for treason, like how they did with Saddam Hussein. I thought that was great. But, like, other than that, I mean, I wouldn't really do it a whole lot. Because you don't want to do it all the time, because it, like, the impact of it goes down.
And put them on electronic monitoring. The website CWB Chicago reports that at that detention hearing, Judge Molina Gonzalez said, I can't put everyone behind bars or keep everyone in
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Just build more prisons.
Jail just because the state's attorney has asked me to.
And here's another solution. Just put more people in the same box. Put them in the same box. Like, I mean, like, who cares? So if, like, basically you've got 2 guys living in a cell, then just make it 3 guys. Yeah, cram them in. Stack them up like sardines, bro. Like how they do in El Salvador. Exactly. And again, if you don't want to deal with that, don't go to prison. It's that simple. Yes, you can. You just do it. Yeah, you just do it.
So we'll find out later today if a federal judge will indeed keep him behind bars. Dana, back to
Mike
you.
Tobin, let's...
Yep. Yeah, exactly. America's too pussy. They're not ready for it. America is full of a bunch of pussies. It is so embarrassing for me to see this happen. It really is. And should definitely be tiered. Your 3rd strike earns you an additional 5 years. There's more than enough. There's 54 outs in this baseball game. Yeah, exactly, right? And so I did see this, and here's another one, too. Also, by the way, so this is something that Elon retweeted. Europe became the greatest civilization ever by hanging criminals for centuries, executing 1% to 2% of each generation until doing such became unnecessary. I told you guys it's catching on, bro. It's actually catching on. Like, it's gonna work too. It'll work. We need a judge tracker that keeps track of this stuff. Oh, I think you do too. Absolutely. And yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Shouldn't judges and cops be AI since humans get emotional and corrupted? Well, I think you need to have a person that looks over it, but I mean, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I think that that's actually a really good idea. You should have a judge tracker of like the different judges and how many violent criminals they let off and what those criminals do after that. I think that'd be a really good idea. Yeah, they should make a website like that. That's smart. That's a really good idea. Yeah, exactly. There it is, like a leaderboard? Yeah, that's smart. Damn, guys, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's called accountability. Exactly. It is accountability. Yep, AI cops would be ruthless. That's the goal. And AI can be biased since it got trained on human behavior. Maybe you're right. I don't know. It's to assess their judgment. And would you like it to be like the Middle East where they have a no bullshit policy with criminals? I think that it's reasonable to let somebody do something wrong maybe once or twice, but like after that, and it depends on what it is, right? Like, I mean, if you're stealing out of a CVS, then I don't think we need to cut your hands off, for example. But you know, if you do it 5 times, then yeah, you need to take a vacation. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Ed and I do have general government accountability site called Verified Public Truth. It's basically community notes for the government. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a good idea. And so yeah. And as a result, they can focus on empire building and high civilization rather than forever paying the EBT, Dangold, and hostile to irrationally violent underclass. Exactly. And the problem is that the majority of all violence is committed by violent crime is committed by less than 1% of the population. And as soon as you understand that, you'll understand how easy of a problem this is to solve. It is such an incredibly easy problem to solve, and some people just simply don't want to. But anyway, yeah, I did see this, and that's generally the way that I feel about it, right? Let's get this fundraiser for the judge tracker. I think that's a good idea. I do. I think it's an actually good idea that there should be a website that tracks every one of these judges, and then it tracks the kind of decisions that they make on different cases and like why they made those decisions. And I think that'd be amazing. Be fucking incredible. Do it. Absolutely. One for theft. Yes. Tell that to Elon. Yeah, leaderboards for like how many violent criminals have you let go?